Welcome, Joshua, Carl, to
Thank
another
you.
session
Thank
of
you.
Print Studios. And today we're going to look at a pre teaser.
Yeah, it's like a pre sneak leak situation here. Basically, we have a really cool game in the making, but it's a huge, costly, monstrous production that we are working really hard at currently. So it's not completely done yet, which means there is still a little bit of wiggle room to come with feedback and do changes and steer the direction a little bit. So in here is a little bit of an invitation as well to come with feedback on our Discord if you want to join that, but also give a little bit of a sneak peek on, where we are currently with the development of our next game, which is coming out in not too long, by the end of July.
And Joshua, maybe you want to introduce yourself as newcomer to the stream?
Of course, yeah. So I'm Joshua. I am the QA tester for Print Studios. Very briefly, what I do is generally the quality assurance part. So I get to play slots for a living, pretty much. I put lots of spins through the slots and provide creative feedback on what we can do better, things that I think could be implemented, along with some regulatory compliance and a few other different things here and there.
So the game is going to be called Eldritch Dungeon, and I think depending on how many games and things, horror stuff you've read before, that will mean different things to you. But it's our take on basically a classic dark dungeon crawlery RPG into a slot, of course, where the sort of slot and the gambling experience always comes first with our games. But we get inspired by these other mechanics that we can find in games and other things as well. The first thing you'll notice is that every spin you have a character to the left. This is a this is a wild symbol, and this wild symbol will basically try to traverse the grid to the little opening on the right hand side where the spikes are randomly sort of let down each spin. So the wild is going to use the space that is available and try to get to that opening. And we already saw that there can sometimes appear monsters behind the symbols as they win. They will disappear, and then monsters can appear underneath them, and that will trigger a fight. And if you win the fight, you will get a feature and a power up for your character, out of which 4 are possible. So here we have a fight against a strong snake. We lost that fight, but it would have been quite good if we won it.
Because then you get a power up if you win.
You get a power up and a feature, so you get a higher chance of. The power ups really only matter if you actually make it into the end of the. That's when the big test and challenge begins, and that's where you're going to need your power ups. This is another thing that is very much in progress in the game. So the spikes, how they kind of currently, we feel that it's a bit not clear enough exactly where the sort of opening is, and the fact that is like really what you're trying to get to each spin in order to hit the free spins. But then also the whole background is kind of a sketch or like an in progress sort of item, as you can kind of see if you look closely. So here we're getting a very decent win. And hopefully we can beat this guy here as well and take this power up with us into the free spins.
How do you know? Okay, that was a win.
Yeah. I'm gonna open the floor as well for first impressions of base game here soon. But is there anything that you don't sort of understand? I should say as well that like there are, depending on whether you have a snake or a worm or a bat that you're fighting, you kind of have different features. So the snake will add wilds, and the bat will add mystery symbols. So there's the mystery symbol.
Well,
There's
we're
a winner
actually
for that.
at the gate there now.
Yep.
So yeah, you have got into the bonus round at this point.
Yeah.
And we're in pretty good shape because we have 2 power-ups.
What is this?
So this is the dungeon map that you saw there quite briefly. So it's random which path that you will take, and depending on the path that you take, you will face different enemies, and lots of different things can kind of depend on how you then progress through that map. Your companion will prefer different enemies. Maybe that's getting a little bit too far ahead of ourselves. But yeah, that's essentially the path that the hero's taking to try and get to the end of the dungeon.
Yes, it's looking pretty bad for us now, but if the wizard hits one of his lightnings, then we still have a chance. Ooh, it's close. No. Okay, so we lost the first fight, and now we're having a much harder fight, unfortunately. So
What's
now
the
it's...
wizards? Is that a power-up that we took with us?
Yeah, that's a companion, so we never got to explaining that in the base game. We triggered the bonus a little bit too quick there. But basically, you can choose from up to 3 companions once you have unlocked them. In the beginning, you start with the wizard. He'll introduce the story to you, and also he can trigger features in the base game, and then he'll be with you in these fights. And he's not very strong against these small ones. He's stronger against single enemies because he shoots lightning from the sky that has a very, very low chance of hitting. But when it does, it kills the monster outright.
Yeah.
So these little circlings is not really his cup of tea. Which
And
we're
what are
getting a lot of
the
right
2 power-ups that we got? So what is the sword?
The ones that we got are the Relic of Strength, so that hero will deal more attack damage, and the Relic of Protection, so that some enemy attacks may be blocked.
Ah, okay. Because it looks like sometimes
Nice.
he's charging up for like a critical hit or something.
Yeah,
Has
he
nothing
can
to
always
do with the
crit.
swords?
No, but you can have one that gives you better crits, but anytime, or like, regardless, the hero can crit. However, now we lost and we died. And we didn't win
Sorry.
anything at all. That was a pretty crappy round.
Okay. Yeah, so the one thing that I noticed is that when you battle the monsters in the base game, there is no clear indication of a health bar or an understanding of how often you need to hit or what your luck factor is in, like, either you can dodge an incoming attack or you can enhance an attack of yourself.
Yeah.
So that feels very unclear.
I think there's 2 directions to go with that one. It's like you can definitely add health bars and stuff, and that will just be more clear. But I think in general that battle is way too slow currently. Like I think it typically, like many of those battles are just a single hit kind of animation. Like you'll see in Tiger's Glory or Viking Go Berserk or something like that. So it could be like that as well. That is literally just like 2-3 hits or something, done, and then like you see like winner versus loser, and that's it.
Yeah. So what are the 3 characters here on the left side?
Yeah, so the first one, the only one you have available right now is the wizard. He, at any losing spin or like any spin at the end of any spin, he can summon a lot of mystery symbols. So there we get some wilds that are going to be put out. Didn't do much. And the archer. So once you start to unlock the other ones, they will provide you with a little bit more customizability of your experience. So the archer is very good at getting you into the free spins because she has an arrow that clears like a straight path. Hopefully it's straight towards the dungeon entrance. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But while it is much better to get you into the bonus, it doesn't clear as much of the grid on the way there, which the dwarf is really good at. And that can be quite helpful because when you clear the whole grid, you're guaranteed to fight all the monsters on the grid because they are somewhere every spin. And that way you can come in with more power-ups, which is more helpful. So you're going to have a little bit lower bonus frequency with the final character, the dwarf, but you'll have a higher average win on those bonuses.
And how do you unlock them? The other companions?
It's random, but basically on spin, so they can also appear behind the symbols. Then you get the ability to choose them at the start of your spin, basically. Yeah. So what you're seeing there on the left is a placeholder for what's going to be like a UI with buttons where you can choose which character you want to have active for this spin.
I really like how the different companions change how the game acts as well, because the volatility gets affected. With one of them, you're more likely or less likely to get a max win, and obviously it affects how you perform in the dungeon battle as well. So once you get a feel for the game and decide how you like to play it, you can choose your companion accordingly, depending on your gameplay. You know, if you like it super high volatile, you can pick a certain character, or if you prefer kind of a more low volatile experience and want to make your balance last without just hunting for that max win, you can choose another route as well. So it gives the player that flexibility to choose between, which I really like.
It's also going to be much more sort of, or like that part is going to be more clear, obviously, like when you have the UI element and you can sort of click them and see their strengths and weaknesses. And there you can also see which enemies they are strong against. There's also a lot of buys you can do.
Okay.
So, yeah, these ones are quite, they will be more properly explained. But basically, the left one, to go one by one, that one is just a single companion strike. So here, the wizard is guaranteed to hit his spell every spin. It's quite volatile, but we're getting something back at least. But the problem is here when like the character is not really getting into the grid and into the action, then you're not really getting close to the bonus.
That's a fun buy though. I like those. It's like in Tarask as well. Those little buys just to keep you going or to spice it up a bit. But does that mean that if I would unlock the other characters that I can choose any of those three then?
Yeah, exactly. Whichever companion you currently have active, that's the one that's gonna strike, so to speak.
Okay.
Oh, so here you can see actually a little bit of the info.
I don't think the meters are correct at the moment because it's just a placeholder, but upon release, the speed, damage, etc. will be accurate as to what they're meant to be.
That is exactly what we needed.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, only 2 power-ups, not amazing. But you can get more power-ups in the dungeon here as well.
Okay. So this is like Slay the Spire, but you can't choose.
I haven't played that actually, but yes. I guess so. So this...
Oh, you definitely need to play Slay the Spire.
Yeah, I know like the... I know it's really good. Okay,
the wizard
finally the wizard actually got off his ass and did something for us. And now we're up against a really strong enemy though.
Oh, wizard. Oh, he blocked.
But he missed his first. Ooh, that's so much damage.
He hits hard.
Yes, the wizard killed him.
I mean, the wizard is just a nuke button.
Yeah, exactly.
My God.
But it's like 10% chance every round, so to speak, that his lightning actually hits. But that's why he's really good against a single enemy.
Yeah.
And really bad against all the little circlings.
Yeah.
You can speed up the fight as well if you want to, in the bottom. But I'm keen to hear your feedback on that as well.
Especially so now when it's still
block.
Oh, come on, block now. Lightning.
Nice! Such a lazy wizard. Didn't do anything that whole fight.
It's kind of weird for me to get my head around that we lose, but we still continue.
Yeah, so that needs to be a little bit more clear, but you have on the left there, you have like your lives essentially. So you have 3 lives, and then once those are out, you're out.
Yeah.
Oof, we're blocking this so well.
Oh, come on.
Come on, wizard.
Don't do it. Oh, nice. And
oh, come on. Oh.
That was such a weak hit from the rat at the end.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
we got another power up.
Well. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be a very hard fight because now we're against the little circlings. But we have 3 power-ups now, yeah. So we only had 2 before, but now we have 3. That makes us that allows us to have strong crits. So that should kill it off.
That's not good.
Okay, 2. Need the crits. And we need the wizard to do something. Yeah, that was tough. But we still have 1 more life, I think, at least.
Just the one, yeah.
Yeah, this last life now.
Nice.
Bam.
You can really feel the difference those power-ups make, can't you? So
yeah. I really like the green one. Oh, finally hit something. But the green one is so nice to have that block chance, because that always like sort of keeps you alive, and there's always hope.
Yeah. I mean, the possibilities here are insane as well. Like, if this is a good performing slot, making the second version out of this game, there's just so many other RPG elements that you can implement, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Infinite.
Those are tough. Yeah, putting us a little bit in the cash. So now we get to the bonus section. We died now, unfortunately. We didn't make it to the boss, but we had 26 keys to go with. And each key will unlock like one area that we're sort of spinning in here. And now we're trying to get as many coins as possible. And if we can get them to stack up in a square. So this is a classic hold and win scheme kind of thing, where each time you land, you will reset your 3 spins. But if you do 3 in a row of dead spins, you're out. Okay, that was it.
One more.
Okay, we got a 10x off of that. And that, obviously a bit of placeholder going on here. But basically, each coin gave a little prize. The big one gave a bigger prize.
Yeah. So you really need to get lucky on the coins then? The value there? Like on the big coin, it should have a high multiplier or...
Yeah, you can get the destroyers as well. So ideally, you want to get as many keys as possible before you get into the bonus to give you the biggest possible grid in order to land as many coins as possible. And then when you start landing coins, you want to land as many as possible, obviously, and land them in groups. So the sizes of the coins get bigger. As the sizes of the coins grow, the potential win prizes of the coins grow. So unlike other games that have kind of like a spinning coin feature, where any prize can come out of any coin, in Eldritch Dungeon, the bigger the coin, the bigger the possible multiplier that's going to come from that coin as well.
We lost 2 lives along the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't matter at the end?
No, at the end, it's kind of like, if you still have 3 lives, if you lose, you lose, or if you win, you win. Like, that's just, this is the last chance. Because the lives are essentially like, the lives are essentially like the companion sort of teleporting you out of danger. And the companion is kind of dealt with anyways by Cthulhu from the beginning. Okay, maybe a little bit of a chance here.
Keep on
nice block.
Ooh.
Oh, so many smacks.
Triple hit. Oh, you got it.
Nice. Okay. So I think now you got the beautiful conclusion to the story. You should be happy.
Nice. 2x.
Right. So this coin is 2x, but we can't see it currently.
But the fact that we started with a lot of revealed coins, that's just because you defeated him.
Yeah, he clears the whole grid.
Yeah, but he doesn't just clear the whole grid, he already gives you coins. Right? I mean, that's how this game started, at least.
Yeah, that was actually a bit weird. I think we might have skipped one spin ahead with that, to be honest.
I think we have as well, yeah. There should be just the one big one without all the little ones around, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's a cool system with these coins, because it's still hold and win, but it's still a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like the artwork on the coins as well. As the bigger it gets, obviously, the more cool looking the Cthulhu coin gets as well.
Ooh, epic. Whoa. Come on. Come on. One more.
Oh, shit.
Come on. Do
it.
Oh!
Okay, now again, I love how it rolls by these super small wins. And then, boom! Smack! 48,000! That's actually sheer luck, honestly. It wasn't like rigged.
That's pretty good.
There might be a beta launch for certain on July 17th, and then the network release is July 31st.
Okay, then I will definitely kick you off the stream so you can get back to work.
Thank you very much. Thanks for playing, and glad you joined us, Joshua.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, awesome game, guys. Good luck with it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Later.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.